welcome to another Breathe Easy live, y'all. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be looking at some videos, doing some commentary, all, just videos that I find interesting that I've saw throughout the day. If you're watching me live, make sure you like the stream. If you're not watching me live, I appreciate your viewership regardless. And if you could like the stream as well as subscribe at the same damn time, it would be highly appreciated. Let me get all the technicals. Let me get the difficulties out of my technicals real quick, and we're going to get started. Today, we're talking about discipline. Where the parents at right now? Because some people are getting called out for things that I grew up on. You know what I mean? We're going to watch this video right here, right now, of a case that seems pretty you know what I mean? Here we go. All right, we live and direct. We're going to be talking about a case right now that seems pretty relevant right now in my life personally, but I'm sure in a lot of other people's lives as well. So let me get the audios right. Okay, I like that sound. And look at this. What do you guys think about this? Is this discipline or is this too much? Let me know what you guys think.
I don't think that's the way you correct the child.
Excuse me?
I don't think that's the way.
That's my problem, not yours.
Well,
no, it's not. It's my problem. Did you birth him? No. Are you the father? No. So you be quiet.
You
be quiet. I'm not. That's my problem. That's my child. You have no reason to.
I saw how you hit him.
I tapped him.
No, man. I recorded it.
Okay, so and hi.
You don't do that to a child.
That's my son. I can discipline him how I want.
So you can beat him.
That's not a beat. Do you want to know a beating? Do you want to know a beat? Have you gotten beat before?
I'm asking you. Why are you upset?
I'm not upset.
Why are you screaming?
Why are you all up in my business?
I saw how you hit him.
I didn't beat him. You don't know what beat is. You can record. Oh yeah, I don't care. Oh yeah,
okay.
Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
So this lady hit the child pretty hard, and
if you have something to say, don't film my son because I will call the cops on you.
You can call him.
Call him.
Okay. I'll wait here.
Take your camera off my son. Take your.
Here's what's scary about this, and I'm gonna let the video play. Trust me, we got a bunch more. Here's what's scary about this. If he calls the cops, I don't know who's going to jail at this point. You know what I mean? Like from what I'm hearing, you can't do anything. She called it a tap. I grew up on listen, man. Listen, we know what's up, okay? Twigs. I was a bad little, I was a demon running around. Even as an adult, now I can look back and be like, wow, I was definitely one of those kids. And this woman right here apparently tapped her kid, probably tapped him on the backside. Somebody over here thinking he's Citizens Patrol right now, recording. True, he's recording, but all he got to say to the police officers is, "Hey, I'm documenting a tumultuous situation for this kid right now. This might be evidence that you may need, sir." Who's going to jail? And that's what's kind of scary right now. And there's a difference between what some would say abuse, and there's a difference between discipline. But it seems as if nowadays in people's minds that line is blurred. That line is blurred right now. The person on the other behind the camera thinks he's doing God's work right now. Meanwhile, this mother's like, wait a minute, this is my child, my choice. Hold on a second.
Camera off my son.
Okay, so I'm recording her. She's upset.
Excuse me. I need you to call the cops because he's going to sit down.
I don't understand, because she has a phone. I don't know why he needs. She needs to. Why the employees need to call the cops? But let me tell you something. All right. Somebody's filming your child. It's like you got every right. Like that's one thing. These YouTubers and people on TikTok. They call themselves the arbiters. They go around filming random people on public sidewalks and say, "I'm just exercising my First Amendment." I don't know what these guys are, but it's just like, when you got people with cameras filming, it's like that's gonna also turn up the situation. I personally think the guy behind the camera is a dweeb, somebody who has nothing better to do, and this woman wasn't having it. You know what I mean? This isn't the only one though. There's a bunch. Listen, there's another video because today's about the kids right now. You know what I mean? Because right now your boy's scared. I'm looking at these videos and I'm worried. Because let me tell you something. I feel like I wouldn't even be the man I am today if I didn't get. Bro, I was a wild boy, man. Like I'm sorry. Like I was a wild boy. If I didn't, sometimes you need it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need it. I think it makes you a better person, to be honest. But I think that only works once you tell a kid what it's happening for and you let them know it's out of love. You got to have a conversation, hold on a second, because this doesn't stop. All right. It's a struggle fest, but I got another video right now. And here's the other scary part about kids too, bad influences. All right. We saw this woman over here spanking. Well, we didn't actually see him spank her, but we saw the end results. But what about the kid that doesn't need a spanking? What about the kid that's been doing everything right? He has a good parent, good neighborhood, but the kid's just hanging around bad people. You know what I mean? What about that kid? Because we got a video right now. Hold on a second. Oh, why is this? Edit the layout. I don't know why. I didn't change the layout. Okay. We got a video right now. Big shout out to Marco in the building. Hit that like button, y'all. I appreciate your viewership. We got another one right here. This one's even worse. Which one is this? Nope, not that one. This one right here. What about the good kid? All right. The kid that stayed out of trouble. But he got bad influences. Look at this video right here. This is sickening in more ways than one. Hold on, let me make this big. Look at this, man. This is crazy.
You want to come ride with us?
Yeah.
What you gonna do though? Like if you get caught?
I ain't snitched. I went to juvie. I actually went to juvie because I stopped the teacher with scissors. You can actually. I chased my teacher with scissors.
Yeah.
I chased my teacher with scissors and I stabbed her. And they said, "Oh, you're going to juvie for 3 months." I said, "Okay." And then that's when I went to juvie. Then that's when I.
Hold on a second. I gotta edit this. I gotta edit this screen because I got all my people's messages all up in there. That's a no-go. You can't have that. Hold on a second. So here's the layout though, right? You got a kid who's trying to be something he's not, only because of the other kids around him. All right. Now this got to be every parent's worst nightmare, because this is these are the parents that are like, yo, I'm trying to make sure my kid is doing everything he need to do. I'm trying to make sure my kid is doing everything he need to do to stay out the streets. All right. But then how do you stop your kid from being like this, man? Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get this right. Jesus. Okay, I gotta make myself smaller. Hold on. Because I don't know if these people, I know these people don't want their messages and shit out there like that. Ew, but why do I look like that? I'm all up on the side like this. Jesus Christ, man, this is a struggle. It's a struggle-tastic situation. All right, look at this video. It don't even matter. Look at this. Look at this.
You got out?
That's when I changed.
Wait, was it hard to do? You was in there running fades?
Yes.
Dang, you did 3 months in that month.
Months in that month.
I'm about to go. I got court May 1st and May 21st.
Damn.
One, because the kid pressed charges on me because I slapped him, and then the second one is the teacher incident. Yeah, I did it again.
What?
2 times. He's a 2-time felon.
Right now, this kid is looking for validation. It's funny because I remember growing up, I had it's funny because the people he's saying to, it's almost as if he's listing off accomplishments. Like, yeah, I got an A in class. You know what I mean? Like, but he's talking about going to juvie because he assumes that the people he's looking up to right now are the type of people that would like to hear that. So that's why you always got to be mindful of how you moving or at least how even people could perceive you, because this kid, because what's funny here. Let me give you a personal story, right? I like this used to happen to me as well, but in my mind, I'm like, dog, I'm a nerd. Like, you don't gotta like there'd be certain ways people would talk. Now it's like I'm an adult. I don't even hang around people like that anymore. But I remember there was a point in my life where certain like the younger kids that be around me, they would all of a sudden talk about, oh yeah, I got into a fight the other day, or like, yo, I got the, you know what I mean, in the underneath the bed, like anybody come, and I just remember being like, oh yeah, but it would always be because they would hear stories about me and they think that'd be a way to relate. But sometimes it's like, hey man, sometimes these kids need to be told sometimes, you know what I mean? They need to be told that it's not all that it seems. Like this little boy really needs to be told that. Hold on a second. You know what? As a matter of fact, let's bring it back, man. We're gonna bring it back.
Hey, Kingston, you say you want to come ride with us?
Yeah.
What you gonna do though? Like if you get caught?
I ain't snitch. I went to juvie. I actually went to juvie because I stopped the teacher with scissors. And you can ask Larry. I chased my teacher with scissors.
Yeah.
I chased my teacher with scissors and I stabbed her. And they said, "Oh, you're going to juvie for 3 months." I said, "Okay." And then that's when I went to juvie. Then that's when I
got out. You got out.
That's when I changed.
Wait, was it hard in juvie? You was in there running fades?
Yes.
Dang, you did 3 months in that month.
Months in that motherfucker.
I'm about to go. I got court May 1st and May 21st.
Damn.
One, because the kid pressed charges on me because I slapped him, and then the second one is the teacher incident. Yeah, I did it again.
What?
2 times. He's a 2-time felon.
Yo,
Kingston, 2-time felon.
Kingston, you gotta.
Almost 3 years.
Yeah, Kingston, you gotta chill though. But that's not cool.
Huh?
It's not cool to be bad.
It is cool. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm just trying to be like my idol,
Who your idol?
King Von.
What the?
What do you think of this?
Here's the thing. When I saw that last part, that's why I wanted to let it play all the way through, because I remember when I saw that last part, I thought that this could have possibly been a skit. But I'm like, this kid is too like too young. You know what I mean? I feel like this kid right now, like he might really be believing all the things that are saying that are coming out of his mouth. Kendra says he sounds so proud too. That's the thing, because he thinks that, listen, if you was listing off accolades, it's like a cultural thing too. You know what I mean? Like it's like if you're around these dudes who seem like this is what they would list off as accomplishments, then you're gonna act that way. But that energy comes from a specific spot too. It's what people who have decided to be complacent in the downfalls of their existence. Those people then turn the negatives into positives, because that's the only way they'd be able to live with themselves as themselves. Like, for example, it's like if you're always getting locked up, right? People are always telling you how much of an F up you are, how bad, how this, how that you are. Like, at some point, if you can't change yourself, you're just going to change the narrative. Like, you're just going to imagine like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, man, I've been locked up 10 times, bro. People don't play with me. You know what I mean? Where in reality, you're only saying that, like, I mean, you're probably saying that because at this point now, it's been so ingrained that you actually might think that might be a real accomplishment. But the source of that comes from people not being able to change their circumstances. That's where the source of that, like, proud to be a degenerate comes from. But the problem with that is it's contagious, because this kid, he's young enough to not even, like, he hasn't been anywhere yet. Like, he's a fresh slate. The world is his. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's young enough to where he can change any trajectory that he's on right now. So it's like, it's contagious. And the reason why I say it's contagious is because he might not even know anybody in his life like that, but he listens to the music. You heard him talk about King Von. He listens to the music. He sees the older kids around the way. He hears the stories. So then he thinks to himself, oh, these guys thinks it's good. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, these guys come from destructive households with nothing to learn and nothing to gain. You know what I mean? And nothing to give as well. So these guys are coming from that perspective, but he looks up to those guys. You know, when somebody's listing off accolades, you take it as accolades. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, wow, he's proud of going to jail. He's proud of doing crime. Like, maybe I should be proud of it too. Not understanding where that actually comes from. So this got to be every parent's nightmare, because it's just like, yo, yo, how do you stop it? Like, I got a cousin, yo, I love her to death, man. That's my heart. Like, I swear to God, like, I tell her all the time, like, yo, bro, like, if I ever had kids, I hope that my kids turn out like yours. But the way she did it, yo, bro, it's Fort Knox in her crib. Like, you know what I mean? No cell phones, no nothing, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But it's working. You know what I mean? You got to keep the outside influence. You're talking about private schools. You keeping your kids well insulated, and more importantly, like, you got to give them a moral compass as well. You got to let them know that there's more out there. Sometimes you need that. That's why, like, people who have addiction issues, there's certain things, like, even if you don't believe in a higher power, but you need a higher way of thinking for you to kind of like go through life sometimes. And it's important that you instill that in your kids while they're young. You know what I mean? I've seen it firsthand. It insulates them. You know what I mean? It doesn't need to be religion, but it just got to be a purpose. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's not even the only video. There's a ton more. Yo, listen, bro, this is scary. You know what I mean? Because listen, right? So not only do you have, so first we watched the disciplinarian. All right. Well, some people say is excessive. Other people would say, hey, listen, this is right up my alley. You know what I mean? I personally feel like I'd be less of a man. Like, I wouldn't be the same person I am today without the discipline that I received at a very young age. You know what I mean? And I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. But, you know, as you saw in the video, that wasn't the case. Then after that, oh, wait, no.
What do you think of this?
Hey,
Hold on, your boy going crazy right now. Hold on a second. I'm over here. Hold on. Then after that, we saw this video. You know what I mean? This is the kid who seems like he has a father in his life. He's getting disciplined, but at the same time, like, you know, he wants to be something that he thinks is cool. So the next video we got, if I could stop the struggle fest, the next video we got is a video of, was this the bullying, a kid bullying the teacher. And the reason why I feel like this is important is because what about the kid? You know what's funny? Here's some real stuff right here. You know what I mean? It only takes that one kid to mess up your kid's education forever. You know what I mean? Trust me. Like, I know this for a fact. And by that I mean, like, sometimes you'll have a kid wanting to do the right thing. No bad influences or nothing, you know, but because he has to interact with other kids, and because other kids may not be on the same type of upbringing your kid is on, that distraction impacts your kid. Because instead of your kid learning, your kid is too busy hearing the teacher disciplining or reprimanding another kid for something that that other kid is doing, you know. And I got a video right here right now. If I could stop the struggle, all right, the struggle will not continue. I'm pulling it up for you guys right now. This is a short one, but I think it illustrates exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I think it illustrates exactly what I'm talking about. But first, I should do this for my other actually. Oh wait, no, this is the other Instagram. Actually, this is the Instagram that I don't really care about. Whatever. All right, let me just get myself together, because let me tell you right now, this is a struggle fest. All right, let me. I should probably hold on. My bad, y'all. This is you would think this is the first time. Oh, here we go. Settings. And then we're going to flip myself. Oh, I married. Oh, here we go. All right. You see how I did that? All right. So check this video out. All right. Because this is important right here. All right. All jokes aside. This is it right here. Look at this. Look at this.
Bro, you don't want to listen to your emotion, but like move. You don't want to talk about your own. Then go and sit down. Who is proud of saying they don't have a dad? But you asked. I didn't ask. I said leave me alone. I said stop calling me GAY. You called me dad.
Hold on, y'all. My bad. My big head is in the way. Let me make this. Let me make my head smaller. Words that I thought I'd never. Oh yeah, because I got everybody's messages right here. This is a struggle. Okay. Is that as good as I can do? Hold on a second. Oh, okay. I like that. Yeah, that's better. All right. Boom. Okay. And then we're going to start it from the top. Oh, of course, that's what happens. Boom. Wait, but then if I refresh it again, it's going to do that same thing. Oh, let me stop it. Okay, I look straight. All right. Take 57.
Bro, you don't want to listen to your information about like movies, right? You don't want to talk about you don't want to talk. Then go and sit down. Who is proud of saying they don't have a dad? But you asked. But you asked. I didn't ask. I said leave me alone. I said stop calling me GNY. You call me dad. Leave me alone. We're not calling you though. Leave me alone. That's all. Leave me alone. I don't care what you have in your life. Leave me alone.
And then you know what else is important? It's like how can he even teach when he's now embroiled in this energy? Like I remember I watched Mr. Vanderback. I remember a teacher quit in the middle. It was like something from the TV show. He literally quit his job in the middle of class. I'll never forget this. And then when you think about it, you got to think to yourself, it's like, not only is that teacher taking time to discipline you, to discipline a kid, but now that teacher's energy is all the way thrown off. You understand? And that can be detrimental. That can be detrimental as well. Oh my God. Wait, how did that go? It's a struggle fest. Oh no, y'all, yeah, you seen it. But anyways, yeah, so that could be detrimental as well. You know what I mean? Trust me, next time I'm gonna get it right, y'all. Don't worry. I don't do Instagram videos like that on live, so I got to get myself together. But regardless, though, the facts are the facts. You know what I mean? When a teacher got to take his time away and get into that energy with a combative student, that teacher, because they're human. You know what I mean? Like they're human. It's not like it's a robot. Like, okay, I dealt with the disciplinary thing. Time to inspire these kids with education and like, you know what I mean? Realizing like what they're doing it for. It's like, nah. Now this kid is like, now this teachers feel like he's getting punked out. But in the beginning, kind of speaks to what I was talking about earlier. Like the teacher started off by saying, yo, who would be proud of not having a dad? And like, you know, it's funny because like in some communities, if you show up and you acting tough, or if you act in a certain way, a good way for somebody to make you feel out of place is by calling out your positive upbringing. You know what I mean? Some people say, nigga, shut up. You grew up with two parents. What you know about this? Or like, hey, yo, man, shut up, man. You go to that private school or whatever. It's almost like you know, you down talking that. And that speaks to what I was talking to you guys about earlier, to where it's just like when you can't control the circumstances of your situation, you can't get out your environment, you can't elevate financially, you can't grow mentally or spiritually. When you feel stuck in life and you got nowhere to go, then you got to make up imaginary achievements. You know what I mean? And like you got to make up turn negatives into the positives. You know what I mean? And so it's like if you don't got a dad, nobody around you has a dad. And everybody, you know what I mean? It's just like, okay, well, you know what? I don't got a dad. That's what it is. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, that like the kids that do got a dad who should feel proud about having a dad, who should feel like, yes, my dad's in the picture. I go to a good school. I'm in a good place. Those kids now feel ashamed. Actually, you know what? That's actually a fact. Now that I'm saying this out loud, now that I'm like reminiscing, yeah, like kids themselves, that they will be scared to project the positives in their lives because they'll feel like the other kids will make fun of them. You know what I mean? Because there's majority rules when it's kids. You know what I mean? It's not what makes sense. It's not what's logical. It's what the majority is doing. So if you grew up in a 2-parent household and your family is loving or whatever, you probably would keep that to yourself. And the kid who's like, yeah, man, my dad, actually, I remember hearing them all the time, stories about how, oh, I got kicked out. Yeah, I left the house. My family was bugging. Like, actually, I heard even crazier stories or whatever. But it's just like, you'll hear those stories because the kid who will open up his mouth and say, oh, well, you know, my dad came home from work and we all ate dinner together, like people will shun him. People will be like, yo, bro, that's not the rest of our lives. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunately, it's like it's a cycle, but it's also like a snake eating itself. You know what I mean? Because it continues, because the projection of the kids who don't have it influences the kids who do have it, stopping them from changing the cycle by telling them there's another way to life and this is how I do it or whatever. But then again, as a kid, you might not really care as much. You know what I mean? But yeah, 25 minutes. All right. Wait, it should be 9:30. Oh, 9:30. Bang. Oh, yeah, man. Right on time. All right. Listen, let me tell you guys something. Your boy's live and I'm in full effect. Pardon the struggle stream. Can I? I'm all zoomed in. Oh my God. Pardon the struggle stream. It's a little bit more struggly this time around, but I feel like everything that I still think it's a good stream. Next time I'm gonna get my life together and we're gonna make sure. Big shout out to Jill of all trades. Big shout out to Marco, Kendra in the building, everybody in the building. Big shout out to y'all. Thank you. Next time I'm gonna hit y'all. I'll probably have the videos. I just don't want the messages popping up. That's why it looks weird. But I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna get it right and tight. We're gonna be doing more lives as much as possible, man. We doing lives now. You know what I mean? So and what else? Follow me on all platforms. Oh yes, yo, can y'all send me some music? Sometimes I be trying to vibe out. But all these music is copywritten. So you know what I mean? If y'all got some music or whatever, I'll play it so I could jam out a little bit, get the, you know what I mean? Sometimes I need a little pick me up before I do my lives. So make sure you like the stream and send me some music so I can get jiggy before I start, before we get live, man. But anyways, I'm about to skirt up out of here. 25 minutes is all I got for y'all today. I'm not even gonna lie. It's all I got, but I think it's a good stream. Like, subscribe, you know the vibes at the same damn time. Big shout out to Kendra, big shout out to Jill of all trades, and big shout out to Marco. Big shout out to Marco Cannon in the building, man. Y'all stay up and breathe easy. I'm out of here. Peace.